What is up, all my beautiful legends? I hope you guys are off to a great week and happy Monday. Today is not an ABX unboxing of my new comics, unfortunately. He got it shipped out last Wednesday, perfect timing, but a little bit of delay at the post office, so I think it's supposed to come today or tomorrow. So we'll see, so look out for it later this week. But today, I actually went to a local con. It was about 45 minutes from me, Fantasticon, Toledo, Ohio. It was my first time there. Shout out to Rups Comics, my local LCS. They gave me some free tickets. And we went up there, just had the day. I canceled, postponed, and didn't have my live stream. So sorry for anybody that was looking forward to that. I'll be back next Sunday. But just kind of want to take a day to myself and just wanted to check out some books. So before we get into the haul, and like I said, it is a thick boy haul, and I got a nice little art print too. I'm gonna roll some footage, and it was, like I said, shoulder to shoulder, and it was just really, really small. It was in a convention hall, but there was other things going on in the convention hall. So the one room we were in were pretty small, but for the size of it, for being a smaller room, there was a lot of vendors. Flash Gordon was there. But I couldn't meet him. He had a really long line, and I honestly just didn't feel like waiting for it. We were only going up there for a few hours. And so like I said, bear with me on this footage. So like I said, it was shoulder to shoulder, so it was really, really small. But the couple booths that I was picking through and bought some of the books, they let me go back and behind the booth and actually film their wall. So shout out to them. I'll post links if I can find them. I know they were on Facebook, most of these guys. So if I can find them on Facebook, they'll be down in the description. But we're gonna take a second and enjoy this little footage from the con. All right, and as you can see, there were some great books there. Like I said, it was really tough to kind of film, and it was just a lot of people, so I couldn't really just film around. But shout out to the two booths that let me go behind there. You saw some killer books. The dude had the Avengers book. Man, I was looking through all those gold, I think it's the Bronze Age horror, or maybe it's the Golden Age horror. I'm not sure what years they were, but I was just at that booth for like 20-25 minutes, just really soaking in and taking in some of those older books that I've never really seen in person before. And I know people like Rob's Fat Stacks and Mon Comics and some other people, you know, they collect those older horror keys, and it was just dope to see them in person. I think the one was that 1.8 PGX slab, that showcase Green Lantern the dude had for like $2,000. He said it was like their like draw people to the booth, but that booth had a lot of killer Spawn books, as you see, and I actually picked one up. So without further ado, let's get into it. And we're gonna start with the one art print I got. Like I said, there was a lot of random artists there and stuff, kind of local guys and traveling around. But this dude, his name is Chad Schoedel, and if you can see it, I'll try and put his QR code up there. He actually, for the first time in my life, besides running it out and just, you know, somebody random, he actually heard of my YouTube channel. So I thought that was really, really cool, and that warranted enough for me to actually buy something from him. And there was actually one that kind of drew me over to his booth, and I grabbed this Godzilla. So you know me, I'm a big kaiju guy, everything Godzilla. So grab this print, slowly switching rooms in the process of that. So I can't get that framed, room finished, and we'll have a nice room tour whenever that gets done. So let's get into the books. And I got some good ones, man. And you guys let me know down in the comments. I'll have a comment pinned what you thought, what your favorite cover was, what you thought of the haul, what you thought of the footage, and what you thought of these books. So I'll tell you the prices as I got them, and we'll just go over them together. So I got this one for $5 cover price, and it is Godzilla, There Be Dragons, and this is issue number 4, and this is the only issue I was missing from the series. So I have the full run now. I'm able to sit down and finally read it, and like I said, I'm a big Godzilla guy, and Godzilla vs. Pirates, man, what more can you go wrong? I sold this series. This isn't the original Marvel Zombies run, but I sold this series when I first kind of had my big purge, like, you know, kind of a year after collecting. But this is Marvel Zombies Resurrection, and all these next books that I'm going to show I got for $1. So I'll tell you when that kind of stops, but yeah, got this one for $1 and got that Spidey and Galactus on there. This is issue number 1, so wanted to pick that up, and like I said, for $1, man, it's hard to turn down really any book. Now, these ones are cool. They didn't have issue number 1. I would have been super, super hyped to find that. But you know me, with all the new Ghost Machine stuff coming out, I've read this trade and actually doing a synopsis and recap. It's called Storytime with Derrz, where I highlight all my new, or highlight like a story I'm reading, or one of my favorite stories from the past, and I'm actually doing it over Geiger. And I don't have the raw issues, so I picked up issue number 2. Got that for $1. And then I also got issue number 3, again, $1. You can't beat that. And got all these from the same booth, so I was happy to grab that. And then I grabbed issue number 4, again, $1. I was hunting, man. I was really looking for issue number 1. I don't know if somebody got it before me. We were there on the second day, so maybe. And then I got issue number 5, and then I do have issue number 6, the first appearance of Junkyard Joe. So happy to have that. Now I just need to find issue number 1, and then I'll have that run in the raws, and then I'll have it in the trade. Next, you know me, I'm a big gamer, but I don't really have too many gaming comic books. And a lot of gaming comic books came out around video games when I wasn't collecting or reading comics at all. So I'm just kind of finding about them and stumbling across them in the wild. And this one I got for $10, and it was a good deal. They actually bundled this together with another book, so it was kind of like a buy one, get one free. But this is issue number 1 of Halo Uprising from Marvel Comics. So I'm happy to have that. Dope little cover. I flipped through the artwork in there. And where's the other book that I bundled with that? Here it is. Boom. Sorry, it was kind of buried. But yeah, I got these from the same booth. So this, I think they had like $2 or $3 on it. But just wanted to pick this up. I thought this was actually the first appearance of the first appearance of Azrael when I picked it up. But it's not, because I'm not a DC guy. But I recognized the cover, and then yeah, mistake that, but at the end of the day, it was free, so still grab that. Now we'll go back to, let's see, get back to some of these dollar books, because like I said, that one was just kind of in the middle of those dollar books, but I got that for 10 bucks, got that one for free, so happy with that. But we're back to the dollar books, and this was also in there with the dollar books, and this is Gears of War. This is based on the actual game, and this is issue number 4, so I'll grab that one. And then again for $1, issue number 5. And they're actually in the process or in the works or talks about making a movie. I'm a big Gears of War fan as well, one of my favorite franchises as well. Issue number 6. I'm not sure how many issues this is. I think this is a lot more than issue number 7. But then we have issue number 7 as well. So again, nice to put that little kind of run together for $1 each, and I was happy with that. Next, I actually sold this whole run last year to kind of help me. That's when I kind of was switching jobs and was in between jobs for about a month or two. And this was part of the run, and money, shout out to Alan, the Comic Viking. He actually picked this up for me the whole run. I sold all of it but one issue. I had doubles of one single issue, and it was the issue that Trev sent me as an AOK. So I still have that issue, and then I just recently picked up issue number 5 on that spec since it was in the Deadpool trailer. So I was happy to grab these for $1 as well. I have issue number 3 of that Secret Wars run. Jonathan Hickman, I think it was 2012, I do believe. Again, wasn't collecting or reading comics, but got my guy God Emperor Doom on there. I got issue number 4. And then again, I just recently picked up issue number 5. And then we have issue number 6. And then issue number 9. So with the one I still have from Trev, almost got a complete run, just need to get like the first couple issues. Now we'll get to my favorite 4 books. I went there with a goal in mind, and I'll talk about that goal in a second, and I actually hit that goal. But this was really, really kind of, I don't know, somber when I stumbled across it, but I'm a huge anime guy. I watch a lot of anime, but the first thing that got me into anime was Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z. Watched that every day as a kid growing up. I watched every single episode. I have plans to get a Vegeta tattoo one day. Lady Derrz, she actually enjoys Dragon Ball Z as well. And what is it, 2 days ago now, the creator, I might butcher his name, but Akira Toriyama, he actually passed away tragically. So it was really somber to see that after somebody who influenced my childhood so much passed away. And seeing everybody's response on Instagram, all the touching posts and everything. Actually, if you're a gamer and play Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, there's a special thing where everybody was just going to one place and doing the spirit bomb thing, just kind of paying tribute. But I've never, ever, and it's not like I've really hunted for them, but I would always pick them up if I've seen them, but I've never seen a Dragon Ball comic, a Dragon Ball Z comic, or anything like that really in the wild. I know you can go online and anything to buy it, but that's not the kind of hunter I am. And when I went to this con, one of the first things I found was this issue of Dragon Ball. This is issue number 12, and I got this for $8. But it was just really, really weird and really coincidental that I found, like I said, I've just never seen them. I go to a lot of flea markets, I go to pawn shops, Heroes Con. I mean, I wasn't really hunting too many comics, but I didn't see any there. Like I said, I've never really seen them at my LCS or anything. But at this, local con, first time going there, found one. He actually had a whole bunch of them. I could have bought a ton of them, but I was a little on a budget, and you'll see why because of the next couple books that I got. But I was happy to get this, flipped through it, loved the artwork, and it's the first one in my collection. So, man, rest in peace, bro. You were an absolute legend and very, very influential on us all. So happy to have that. Next, this was one of the books that was on my list that I was specifically hunting for. There's a lot of hype, maybe I wouldn't say hype behind this character, but he's going to be in a new Marvel MCU movie. And shout out to my guy Mark, Legion of Comics. He let us know last December that this was coming, and if you didn't listen, you should have. But I got this, it was marked $15, and it's Fantastic Four 209. First appearance of Herbie the Robot, and first John Byrne on Fantastic Four. But like I said, it had $15 on it, and this was one of the last books I bought before I left. And I only had 13 bucks cash on me, and they weren't taking card. So I was like, hey man, I got 13 bucks cash, is that cool? He's like, done. So boom, $13 for that. I'm really happy, it's in great condition. But just happy to add that to the collection. I'm not a big Fantastic Four guy or anything, but you know, it's nice to have those key books when you have them, and it's a great dope cover. Next, you know I'm a Spawn guy, so I had to pick up a Spawn book. And these are ones you don't really see too often. The homages, the runs from like I think it's like 217, 218, and I think they go to like 225, 226. I think there's like 10 or 15 of them. I'm not sure offhand. But this was one of them, and I went with this one because I'm a big Walking Dead fan. But this is Spawn of the Dead. This is issue number 223, and this is a gorgeous, perfect minty crisp copy. I am so happy to have this. They had a $40 price tag on it, but this was one of the booths that I was talking to for a while. I got some of their information, let me behind their booth, and if you remember in the video, it's the one with all the spawns on there. And I was like, hey, it's 30 bucks cool, dropped it down 10 bucks, and I was more than happy. So, last book. The one I've been looking for a long time. I went to this con, I had two goals in mind. I wanted either a Godzilla one or a Transformers one. Those are the two books I wanted to get. I didn't care what price it was, but I didn't want to overspend, and I wanted to at a good price. You know, I didn't want to slab or anything because I'm a reader. I like to read. So I'm walking around and I see a decent amount of Godzilla books, but not Godzilla #1s. It was all like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I was checking those out and they were cool and everything, but that's not what I wanted. So I keep looking around, and then I found a few Godzilla books. One, it was raw 100 bucks. A couple of them were 80 bucks, and then one was 65, but it was a little bit beat up. So the Godzillas were a little bit pricier than I wanted. So then I started looking for Transformers. And you know, I'm trying to put together that original Transformers run. I got a pretty good dent in it, but I've always been missing that issue #1 to keep reading, or start reading. So I found one booth, talked to him for a little while, and like I said, I only brought so much cash, and most booths didn't accept card. So I told this dude, I was like, hey man, I got 50 bucks. He had 55 on it, but which was cool is he had 75 bucks on it yesterday, so nobody bought it. And like I said, it's got a couple little tiny spine ticks in it, but that doesn't really bother me, but because it's a reader copy and it's a newsie. But I did it. I finally got me Transformers #1. I'm so happy. I wish I would have found this before last November, before I went to GalaxyCon, because I would have had Peter Cullen 100% sign this. But this is one of the books that I wanted to get. I know you can go online and buy it anytime, but I'm one of the guys that like to find things in the wild. So I'm glad to knock that off the list. So that's it, man. I know it's a little bit of a different haul, but like I said, man, shout out to Paul. You did everything you were supposed to do. I just had a little delay on the UPS side, and that's all good because they have been stellar. They've been right on top of their shipping. So, you know, if a package gets delayed once in a while, it doesn't bother me. So stay on the lookout for that later this week. Let me know in the comments what you thought, what your favorite cover was, if you own any of these books, what you guys are hunting, or if there's any cons you're going to. There'll be a pinned comment, so make sure you guys hit that up. Wednesday, like I said, will be Geiger, and then Friday's always my mental health awareness, Friday positivities and shoutouts. Saturday will probably be the ABX unboxing, and then Sunday we're right back at it with my live stream at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Sunday sesh. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. I hope you have a safe week. I love you guys to death. Stay legendary, and as always, I hope you guys find what you're looking for. Thank you.